Morning. So we are continuing on the text called the Serkhangma. As usual, with the we should listen with the altruistic motivation of Bodhicitta. Because whatever intention goes, and rest of our action will follow with that intention. So if we support our action is supported by the intention of altruistic motivation, then it become a benefit of every sentient beings. If our intention is self-centered, oh, I want to learn, I want to become myself as a good practitioner, or I want to become myself as a knowledgeable, or something that is a some kind of a self-centered self-cherishing intention. If we listen, it's not going to benefit for ourselves. It's not going to benefit for any sentient beings. Reason is if we have this kind of self-centered, I don't care anything else, as long as I learn, I'm okay with that, then it will never benefit for us from that dharma. Why? Because source of afflictive emotion is the self-cherishing. Long as we have the self-cherishing, we couldn't stop afflictive emotion, attachment, hatred, jealousy, those. So once we couldn't stop those afflictive emotion, we cannot be liberated from the samsara. So it doesn't matter how much you learn Dharma, how much you have a knowledge or understand, it never become a benefit for ourselves, or never become benefit for anyone else. So that reason, intention is important, that if we have altruistic motivation, then with that, if we listen, then that dharma is become a path to the liberation. So that reason, yes, it is not easy to become a bodhisattva. Yes, it's not easy to be generating truly bodhicitta, but we have to be potent, we have to be fake, we have to be try, and one day we can become a truly bodhisattva. Like Lord Jidasumgun said, at the beginning, you have to fake devotion. You have to fake, kindness. So when you fake that one, fake means that kind of like a not like pretending. Fake means that you have to like like even you don't have deeply, still you have to try to become something. That's what you don't have. So from that to fake to actually it can be easy. It will wait to the actually is a come is not easy. So I think that reason we have to be this altruistic motivation. We have to be what call this try with the that kind of motivation, then one day we can be truly bodhisattva. Otherwise, there's not easy to become a truly bodhisattva, because those all Buddha and bodhisattva at the beginning, they also did this way. They pretend, they try, they become kind of a fake. I don't know, it's totally fake or not, but so kind of they pretend, they act of bodhicitta. That reason they become a truly bodhisattva and Buddha. So that reason with the this maybe we can say forceful altruistic motivations. We don't have a genuinely, but we have to force ourselves to generate that motivation. Now we are talking about this text, Serkhangma, and this one is a divided subject, like I think maybe 10 or a bunch of them. I really forget, I'm sorry. But from that to, we are talking about, I think maybe now is a number 4 or 5. confessing from the 7 lamb as a third one. We already did prostration, pay homage, and offering. Now it's a confess. Generally, when we talk about the confess, like Adisha said, generally non-virtue have no good qualities. There's only one quality that we can confess. When we confess, we can purify them. So there's nothing there that non-virtue we cannot purify it. Long as we put the effort, I think anything is we can purify it. But we have to participate for the purification. So like in the jewel ornament mentioned, you have to invest you have meaningless. Any kind of non-virtuous action is meaningless. Why is it meaningless? Because it never gives you good result. Always give you the negative result. That way it's called the meaningless. So we have to investigate. We have to try to understand how meaningless it is, all the non-virtuous actions. That was one. And the second one is we have to investigate, try to feel fear of result. So if I do this one, or after we done something mistake, we have to fear of this will give you definitely result from that action. When that result is come, can you tolerate or not? So you have to investigate the fear of result. Then the last one is investigating the need to be free from it quickly, because if you not try free from that quickly, and we not have a guarantee of a chance to can free that in the future. Like this life, we got the chance. We are fortunate enough to meet with the Dharma, can practice the Dharma. That is that we have great chance. So with this chance, we can purify those negative. But in the future, forget about the future life, even this life, in the future, in this life, not necessarily we will have that chance. There are so many obscuration comes. Maybe sometime you have no freedom to practice Dharma. Maybe sometime even you have a freedom, maybe you are not enough, you don't have enough what called the support of financially, your health ways, or so many ways you're not going to get chance to purify it. So that chance not come often. This kind of chance, what we have now is called the leisure. That this kind of leisure and endowment chances will not come often. So that reason, so quickest we can purify it, is better. So this is from the jewel ornament. Some of you already studied jewel ornament. I'm sure you remember. So in the jewel ornament, I mentioned those 3 ways you have to investigate. So once you investigate, then it becomes easier to confess, easier to purify it. So that way, first, if we want to be purified, if we want to be confessed of our wrongdoing, we have to investigate on those 3 subjects. Okay, and then now how to confess this one, how to purify it. Non-virtue have to purify it by opposite of that. So all the virtues deed are kind of become antidote of that non-virtue. But each text or each teachings of the Buddhas, also different teachings give a different advice to how to purify those negatives. So if you look the jewel ornament, the list is all there. Like for example, treasure of the that's gone one. in that sutra, it said, if you meditate on the emptiness, you can purify it. And there's another called the Subahu request sutra. In that said, if you recite the mantra, like we recite the Vajrasattva mantra, and there's called the what called the arranging the flower sutra. In that sutra said, if you offering to the three jewels, arranging the offering object, will purify it. And there's a sutra is talking about the image of the Buddha. In that sutra said, when you build the Buddha's image, like a statue, tanga, it purified. So there's a many way to mention, but there's one Bodhisattva, Akashagapa Nagenibu. He asked to Buddha, when Bodhisattva dying, when Bodhisattva die at the time of the death, how to be view, how to be, project. So Buddha said, when Bodhisattva is dying, meditate on the emptiness, free from elaboration, luminosity, and non-objectified. Meditate on the phenomena are non-objectified, luminosity, free from elaboration. So that is the that is why this is many different way I think can purify it. Like also recitation of a mantra in the Vajrasattva Tantra said, if you recite the 100,000 about this mantra, Vajrasattva mantra, with a one-pointed mind, even the heinous crime can be purified. So there's a many different way to you can purify those negative. So overall, the negative is created by the afflicted emotion and negative karma. That is that way we created negative karma. But now how to free from that, how to purify that one is we have to do opposite of that. So what is the opposite of that is the altruistic motivation and good deed. So any kind of good deed we do, it becomes an antidote of this negative. So that is how generally, this is talking about the general, how we purify it. So how to purify this one is also in the Buddhism, we said, we have to purify it through the 4 powers. Power of the rely, power of the remorse, power of the regret, power of the resolve, and power of the remedy. So rely, resolve, regret, remedy. With these 4 power, any negative can purify it. So with this, then we can purify. So that way, yes, long as we are in the samsara, we will make mistake. I don't find anyone who never make mistake, samsaric being who never make mistake. So we will make mistake, but only brave one can admit that they are making mistake. Only brave one can accept they are wrong, and they try to correct themselves through the confessing, through the purification. So that reason need gut to do that one. It's not easy. That reason not many people can, free from the samsara. Why we are in the samsara continuing? Because we don't know how to confess, how to purify it. So that reason we're in the samsara. Okay, now we go to on the text. It said, all the phenomena are permanently and completely pure mind. As within that, whatever confusion, dualistic appearance of the oneself and other, distraction of good and bad, hatred or attachment, there may be each and everything I confess. May it be purified within that state. So what does this mean is a phenomena are permanently or completely pure, permanently and completely pure. Nature is always a pure. So that nature pure as a ultimate nature. But because of the we are, relative label, because of the relative label, they have illusion appearance. With the relative label, illusion appearance, with that illusion appearance, we have a conceptual of a good, bad, So that one is I have to confess. There's called the Dagaishi, Timisha. It said, ultimate nature is free from elaboration and beyond the expression. It doesn't have any kind of conceptuals. But relatively, appearance as a illusion form. So we have to confess with this appearance. So relatively, like an illusion appearance, if there is anything make mistake on that label, so we have to confess. So ultimately, no one make mistake because ultimate label. But we are not on the state of ultimate. Our nature mind is ultimate, but our mind is diluted. Because of the diluted, we have a dualistic. From that dualistic, we have a dualistic appearance. We have a conceptual of good, bad, long, short, this kind of discombinations. Because of that discombination, and we have attachment to the good one, hatred to the bad one, and that kind of a conceptual thought arise. So that way we have to confess all this delusion through the delusion to appearance of the dualistic. That is what we're confessing here. Jidin Sumgun said, self and every others, it means every sentient being, self and ourself and other sentient beings. Permanently Buddha, we're permanently pure Buddha. Naturally exist the three kayas, spontaneously with the three kayas. But because of the what called the ordinary appearance of a body, speech, mind, we have this is a confusion. It's called the diluted as a ordinary body, speech, mind. This ordinary body, speech, mind is a permanently inseparable of the three kaya. Body as a nirmana kaya, when they recognize it, it's a nirmana kaya. When not recognizing, it's become a body. When recognizing, our speech is become a sambhoga kaya. But when not recognizing, it's become a speech, ordinary speech. When we recognize our mind as a dharmakaya, but because of we couldn't recognize that one become an ordinary mind. So this is a permanently within our state of the, but only we are not recognizing it. So that way we have to confess to that one have to confess. So this is what Lord Jidisung said. Okay, then now it's number 5 as or from the 7th land, number 4 as a rejoice. He said, I rejoice in all the virtue of all the Victoria One, of the 3 time, of the assembly of the Supreme One, of the unceasing will of a true accumulation and sentient beings. So So this is it. First is we have to rejoice. It said, oh, I said, with a happy mind. With a happy mind, I rejoice. So what you rejoice in is a virtue of all the victorious ones, all the 3 times Buddhas. You know, from the first they generate bodhicitta, then they uh, um, in the middle age, they accumulate the 2 great accumulation in the 3 great eons, and finally they became complete Buddhahood and continually giving Dharma teachings and performing enlightened activities. That is what is mean the virtue of all the Victoria one. That is what virtue mean, and the 3 times. And also the assembly of the Supreme One. Assembly of the Supreme One is talking about the Bodhisattva, Charvaka, Patija Buddha, all of there. Like a Bodhisattva, they generate bodhicitta, then they practice of the aspiration bodhicitta, action bodhicitta, and in the action bodhicitta, on the they practice of the 10 paraminda, and this all is what is the assembly of the Bodhisattvas, and the assembly of the solitary realization. They accumulate the merit in 100 eons. And the supreme or called as and the hearing or what call this like a Charvaga I mean Pradija Buddha. Oh, Sharvaga, I'm sorry, Sharvaga, like a Arhat. They also like a, 3 to 7 lifetimes accumulate the merit to become an Arhat. So these all accumulation of a continually accumulation, that way is called the unceasing will of 2 accumulations. Okay, so it's not like they did sometime, when they are happy, when their mood is okay, they did some accumulation, but when their mood is off, they stop accumulating. So not like that. It will do on and off, on and off. It's never become a conclusion of the result achieved. So it without the stopping, continue good day, bad day, good weather, bad weather, good food, bad food, good companion, bad companion. No matter what circumstance come, they continually accumulate those 2 accumulation. That way they succeed or become their own result. They achieve those all, by those 2 accumulation. That reason is called the unceasing will of 2 accumulations. We do sometimes don't do. That way we never free from the samsara. When we're happy, we do something. When we get sad, we stop doing that one. Like there's a lots of people have this kind of attitude. When there is some, some people have this attitude of when there's some problem, they practice Dharma. When the problems are gone, they forget the Dharma. But some people have this kind of attitude as when they are so free or excitement is a kind of then practice Dharma. But when there's a disappointment or comes something, then they stop Dharma. So that is a ceasing. We always cease our practice. That those Buddha, Arhat, solid realization, they never stop, no matter what circumstance come. That way is called the unceasing will of 2 accumulations. Then also sentient being, we on and off, do some accumulation of merit, in the samsaric worldly good deed. So those all we have to be rejoiced, all of them, whatever good deed, no matter is a temporary one, as also permanent one, or the great one, or less great one. No matter what, there's longest there's something good deed, meritorious activities, meritorious act, we have to rejoice them. So that way it's said with a happy mind, not with a jealousy mind, with a competition mind. So with a happy mind, we have to rejoice all of them. Now, number 6 or number 5, either way, we have to beseech to the twin will of Dharma. It said, I beseech you, protector in the wall of the 10 direction, by completely training the will of stillness Dharma with the sound of an ocean like a branch of the melody speech, please ripen all sentient beings without exception. So in this case, now, Holiness commentary also others said, you have to visualize yourself as a deity. From your heart, manifest as a four-face Indra. Brahma, four-face Brahma. And he's holding the wheel of Dharma. So then you request to your guru to train wheel of Dharma. And the wheel of Dharma said training the wheel of stillness Dharma with the sound. So stillness means that no false, always a perfect one, like this day, we are all human beings. So not necessarily our speech is a falseless. So that way we have to rely on the trustworthy speech, like a Buddha's teachings, or like a Indian great commentary, like a Nagarjuna, Asanga, and their teaching, or in Tibet, great master like a Vajada, the Marba Mila, Kamboba, and so on, or each lineage have their own guru based on their speech. If you give Dharma teaching, it becomes stainless. If you try to give your own thought, only your own thought, definitely there's a stain comes, false comes. So that way, so we have to request them to stillness Dharma teachings, okay? That now so we asking to our guru, of course, once guru's teachings always be stillness. They are authentic guru. Once they give teachings, it's stillness. And there is teaching, when they're teaching, the sound is like an ocean, like a melody. What is the ocean like melody mean? There's so many different type of a melody. Like a gentle, soft, clear, suitable, understandable, falseless. There are so many qualities have in the speech. So those all qualities, like and anyone can listen, can understand. Anyone listen have a benefit, So there's no really boring, no really meaningless speech, and those are involved. So that way it's called the sound of ocean, like a branch of the melody speech. So that is how we have to request to our guru, because when Buddha was become under Buddha tree complete enlightenment. So who did the first request to the Dharma teaching to the Buddha was Brahma, four-faced Brahma. He offering the gold chakra, gold wheel. And when he offering that to Buddha and said, please, he requests to the please twin wheel of Dharma. And that time 2 deer comes. And they're watching to that wheel. So that way in the Tibetan monastery, you see on the top of the monastery, wheel and 2 deers. It's happened that one first wheel of Dharma when giving teachings. And this wheel is also symbol of 3 trainings. The center of the wheel is a training of the morality, and the peak, sharp part of the 8 direction is a training of the wisdom. Then rim outside, holding all those peak as together is called the training of the samadhi. So this wheel is a symbol of the 3 trainings. So that way train the wheel of Dharma, which means the 3 trainings. Like Buddha didn't give the 49 days Dharma teaching between the enlightened 2 until the first wheel of Dharma, because Brahma, without the Brahma's requires, Buddha not going to give teachings. So Brahma have to request. So similarly, we have to request to our guru to give Dharma teachings. Lord Jidisumgu said, when people request him to, said, please give me, instruction. Then he not really happy with that word. He said, when you request to the guru Dharma teaching, you have to make it elaborated it. that request I have to elaborate. How to elaborate? I say, Guru, please give me Dharma of a profound and wise, like a wise, what? Jachewa, I mean, that really white. It's called the BCU, like requesting to the live long, said, I beseech you, protector who abide throughout all the realm, and please do not pass into nirvana until the exhaustion of the dhatu of space. Rather, fulfill your commitment by abiding permanently. So this is translation is said nirvana until the exhaustion of the dhatu of space. This is literally translated. This is talking about the until the space is end. It means that until the meaning is talking about until the samsara is end. Dhatu of space means the talking about the space. So long as there is a space, sentient beings are there, So there's that way we call the limitation. So how we are requesting to our guru until the samsara is the end. So how to visualizing you yourself visualizing as a deity. From your deity as a heart, manifests as a Amidayu. And Amidayu is holding the nectar vase and completely filled with the Pure Land, or every Pure Land is completely filled with this Amidayu. And all the guru and all the Nirmanakaya form of enlightened beings offering that nectar to and transforming their body as a unchangeable, like a vajra, like a body, indestructible, and you offer them throne, like a vajra throne, which is supported by the peacock. And your own body as a transformed to the nectar of the longevity and offer to the Guru Buddha and become their long life. That is requesting. So this reason, when we're offering to the Guru, normally in the Tibetan tradition, we don't offering shoes. We can offering to the cushion, you can offer to the seat, you can offer to the cloth, but not shoes. Why? Because shoes is a go away, walking. That means that leave. So you don't want to leave the guru, so that they never include the shoes as a mandala offering. Then Lord Jidusungpa said, what is this is, you requested the guru as a living long, as a, you have to serve them with the physical service of the, try to make the guru's body as much as comfortable. That way stay healthy. Also offering them really healthy food, medicine, and physical service. And those also part of the long life ceremony. And of course, we have to also keep our samaya really good, because in the Vajrayana, no matter how much you offering to the guru, long life mandala, if there's a broken samaya come, it can cause to the guru's lifespan. There's one Drupakaji great master called the Lingre Pema Dorje. He was one of the greatest realized guru. In the Pamo Drupa himself said, in the Tibet, you are the highest realized view. So he said, in the India, Saraha is the highest realized view. Mahasiddha. In Tibet, you are the highest realized view. But even that kind of highly realized one, at the age 52, he passed away. What happened was when he was teaching, two broken samaya disciple came. From that cause, he lose his life. So that way, not just only requesting to the guru's, long life, serving, making his life, he or her life as comfortable to live long, try to keep. Even ourselves, within the Dharma community, we have to keep a good samaya. If we're not good keep samaya, even guru is healthy, will not live here. They leave. They only remain here if they feel like they are benefit there. If they don't have that kind of feel of their benefit is there, they will leave. So that way, there are so many ways we have to take responsibility about how to keep gurus and Buddhas, those Nirmanakaya form or emanation body as a live long. There are many different ways, not just only offering mandala, not just only requesting them to please live long. That is not good enough. So those all together, and including our meditation of just earlier I mentioned, all those together, we can keep our gurus long life, healthy life, Otherwise, just requesting or is not good enough. So I think those all have to combination. So until then, that reason we have to ask until the samsara is exhausted, stay continually in this. So here's rather fulfill your commitment. What is their make commitments? Is all the Buddha, they make commitment when they are Bodhisattva path. What they make commitments is they're going to benefit sentient being until samsara is end. So that way we have to request them and we have to remind them, we have to invoke them, through that too, and they can continually benefit sentient beings. Okay, dedication. So, may all sentient beings be established in the unsurpassed supreme state. By this virtue, by the virtue accumulated in the 3 times throughout all samsara and nirvana, and by the undefiled innate virtue. So generally, when we said all sentient being be established in the unsurpassed supreme state, that is called prayer, aspiration prayer, aspiration prayer. But if there's that aspiration prayer is including with the dedicating some merit, then it's become a dedication. So dedication and aspiration prayer different. Is it involved to the virtue or not? If not involved to the virtue to dedicate, it's become aspiration prayer. If not involved to the virtue to dedicate, it's called the aspiration prayer. If there's involved to the virtue accumulated, then it's called the dedication. So that is basically those two are similar. So this is same as all my sentient being established in the unsurpassed supreme state. What is the unsurpassed supreme state? Is a Buddhahood. There is no higher than Buddhahood. So, but what is the cause to achieve that one state? By this virtue. So here, what is the by this virtue mean? All the virtue that like earlier 6 subject. Prostration, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and those all virtues. It's called by this virtue. Then said by the virtue accumulated in the 3 times, and all other virtue, past Buddha, Bodhisattva, they accumulate. Present Buddha, Bodhisattva, and Arhat, and sentient beings accumulating, and future. There will be Buddha, Bodhisattva, and they will accumulate it. So those all three times virtues through samsara and nirvanas. Samsara means the worldly beings accumulation, worldly merit, and nirvana means all the enlightened path. From the path of the accumulation path, of application path, of the seeing path, of the meditation path, of the non-meditation, through those all in the path, whatever accumulate is called the nirvana. in the samsaric beings, like being just generosity, morality, ethic, patience, that kind of merit is without the, altruistic motivation and without the dedication, worldly virtue, worldly dharma, through the worldly dharma to whatever accumulated, both of them, accumulated. Then the last one is said by the undefiled innate virtue. This is sometimes is called the permanently present. It's a Tibetan, it's said Yubi Gyawa. Yubi Gyawa means that naturally exists. Something is always there. So that is the Buddha nature. Nature of your mind is that is what is undefiled innate nature mean. So innate virtue. So that is always be undefiled. It's always be naturally abide. It's a permanently present, continually. So those all. So this is all the accumulated one and the naturally exist one. Both of them we have to dedicate it. So now it's a little bit confusion comes. Okay, I can get to, maybe I can dedicate to the past merit and the present one, but how I can dedicate to the future one? Impossible to I can dedicate because there's no yet accumulate. So there's one said, if if it's a work with the mentally visualizing offering to become a real offering, why you cannot take mentally from the future one as a present and dedicate? So I think that reason in the future one, you can dedicate it in the present by mentally bringing to the present. So that is how you dedicate it. So Lord Pamanduba said, well, we are in the samsara now. Because we definitely we did some good merit, good deed, we are in the samsara for there's no beginning. During those times, we always not did all the bad things, we did some really good deed too. But still we're in the samsara. Why? Reason is because we don't know how to dedicate it, those merit. So lack of not knowing to how to dedicate it, because of that reason, we are not liberated. So we must learn how to dedicate those merit. And Lord Jidisumguns, especially here, Jidisumgun said, actually you should dedicate it, all those merit are fulfilling wish of all gurus, because authentic gurus wish is to liberate every sentient beings. So when said guru is want to liberate every sentient being, including you too. So if you dedicate it to the become a Buddhahood, it's just you only aim it to yourself. If you dedicate it to the gurus, fulfilling a guru's wish, then including you, but in every sentient beings, because the guru's wish is liberating every sentient being from the samsara. So Lord Jidisumgun said, must dedicate it to the fulfill our guru's wishes. When our merit, that is Jidisumgun's special, can say maybe special teachings, how to, skillfully how to dedicate it, our merit. Okay, now so we have to receive from the Guru for empowerment, said, by the light ray of the immeasurably great compassion from the place of the body, speech, and mind of the Victorious One, please purify my body, speech, and mind, and thus transform it into your body, speech, and mind. So this one means that by gurus from the Guru Buddhas, body, speech, mind as a forehead, throat, heart, and maybe including the navel as a fourth empowerment. So that is what is mean, the a place of the body, speech, mind. Because essence of the body is a white bindu which is located on the forehead, and the speech is produced from the throat, and the heart is the what called the place for the mind. So that way, it's special place of the body, speech, mind as a forehead, throat, and heart. From those two, then what called a light ray, immeasurable, great compassion. That great compassion manifests as a form of a light from our Guru's compassion, and from the forehead, white light, from the throat, red light, from the heart, blue light, and dissolve to your forehead, throat, heart, and purified your body, speech, mind, and from that too, and your ordinary body, speech, mind to transform to the Guru's body, speech, mind. So this is called the Lam Wang path empowerment. So through the Guru Yoga, we receive from the Guru this for empowerment. So you have to visualize and Guru is in front of you in the lion throne, sitting on the a little bit above your third eye, and from the Guru's body, speech, mind of the three places radiating the compassion, wisdom, light, immeasurable of compassion, wisdom, light, and deserve to you. That way you receive this for empowerment. And special as you can learn from the samadhi empowerment, like Ngondo Guru Yoga, and also samadhi empowerment, the practice. From there too, you can learn how to, meditate on those receiving empowerment from the Guru. So that is it. When you receive those, sorry. So especially the samadhi empowerment, as you can receive when you practice in the Ngondo or Guru Yoga, and those time you can see each sadhana a little bit different. Like for example, is we have this samadhi empowerment text I put at the beginning of the Lama Cheba. That one and the Ngondo one is a little bit different, but mostly it's the same as receive the for empowerment and purify the four obscurations, body from the vast empowerment, purify the body obscuration, from the speech empowerment, secret or empowerment, purify the speech obscuration, from the wisdom empowerment, purify the mind obscuration, from the fourth empowerment, purify the subtle obscuration. So purify the obscurations, or also said, purify the four, I think sometimes it's called the four situation, sometimes called the four occasions. Like awakening occasion of awakening time, dreaming time, sleeping time, equal. This one is, I'm not sure, it's called the equilibrations. EQUILIBRATION. So I couldn't pronounce this word.
Equilibrium?
So, yeah, I think so. Something like that. So good luck with that. Now, this one is called the aspiration prayer. It said, protector. This is called the aspiration prayer. It said, protector, as you made offering and delighted at the Supreme Lama, likewise, may I always be offer ocean like a cloud of offering and delight to you. So this is like saying, I want to be like you, the Guru Buddha, your Guru, and you become a Buddha because you offering and delight to your past Guru enlightened. Like Guru Shakyamuni Buddha said, when I did offering to the great Shakya Tubjin, and because of that reason, and those all it received teaching instruction, that way he become a Shakyatupa, great Shakyatupa like we have. So similarly, all the Guru, they did offering, they did, all those delighted to their supreme guru or their teacher. And the same way, I want to offer you ocean like cloud. Ocean like cloud is like a immeasurable offering. You know, ocean have no measurement about how deep. You know, I don't think so. Still now we have a really highly, you know, technology, but still there is no really measure of a ocean have this many gallons of water. There's no really measurement. So that like kind of measureless offering. And a cloud is like a, when we see the clouding day, look like the whole space is filled with a cloud. So like that, you know, whole the space, sky, ground is completely filled with the offering. So not just only one apple, not just only one, you know, water or one lamb. It's completely filled whole the, you know, space and sky and ground as with the offering object. So that way it's called the ocean like cloud of offering and delight you. Now said, may I follow in your footstep. It means that you have to follow to the gurus, receive teachings, you know, and follow to the guru's instructions. That is what the footstep mean. We have to learn what have guru done to become, you know, become that kind of highly accomplished one. So that is that way we can become like that too. So we have to follow their footstep. You know, not just only have devotion is not good enough. You have to follow to the footstep, whatever guru have done. May I perform limitless activity that do not even waver. So it means the gurus, when we're human beings, human form, you know, not always be once we move our body, speech, mind, put on the activities, not necessarily always be agreeable. You know, sometimes you're not going to be disagree with the guru, but you cannot move. Even you cannot wave. Wave means that developing of a kind of like a disliking or wrong view of a seeing negative on the guru. You know, so because sometimes it not necessarily it's a guru's fault, but we are diluted. So that way we are not always see as a pure. We always see everything pure, impure, good, bad. So when you see from the guru's body bad, that you feel like this is bad, at that time you don't want to wave means that your mind not going to move from the devotion, move from the faith, move from the dharma to even the hair trip, small, you know, without that kind of interrupting your mind from the dharma. So that is that kind of commitment you need with the guru. Otherwise, if you only want to follow when it's suitable to you, only you want to follow because that guru, because you like at that moment. But when that guru do something that you don't like, then you just giving up. That is called the wave. You know, it means that your mind, you're not continuing following on that. So that way I say, no matter what circumstance comes, no matter what condition comes, not going to wave means that not going to, you know, distract, not going to move away. You are continuing dharma activity with that guru. Even the hair trips, small amount of even same small size of a hair trips, not going to move until and with the respect to the liberation of your body, speech, and mind. So you're never going to give up faith, devotion, respect to the guru, no matter what happened. So, I mean, when we're talking about that, this guru is we always say it from the beginning. First, you have to, you know, try to find the authentic guru. Once you find the authentic guru, then no matter what happened, don't, you know, hesitate on that. No matter what happened, don't, you know, give it up. Because these days, guru and your clothes, which is changing first, is sometimes you change more your guru than your clothes. People, I see they wear clothes, same clothes, but long time. But I don't see them, along with the one guru, always changing. So this may become a maybe 21st century fashionable with the Dharma. I don't know. Otherwise, sometimes guru may do something silly, really meaningless, maybe not so good. But there's have a hidden reasons always from the authentic guru. When Naropa was attending to the Tiluba, one day Tiluba said, there's one really powerful minister's, wife is traveling with a guard. So Tiluba said, I really like her. Go grab her. Bring her here. Of course. And those soldier beat him. Naropa really bad. And Tiluba comes later after they went, and Tiluba asks, "Are you pain? Are you pain?" And Naropa said, "Not just pain. I'll almost become a dead body." So that is but still, and Tiluba asked him, "Are you having you lose your trust and faith on me?" And he said, "No, never." So that kind of, once you find the authentic one, you have to make that kind of commitment to no matter what happened, because Tiluba not need that, wife a minister. There's no reason to go to, teasing on that minister's wife, but Tiluba make Naropa do that one. So there's a reason to do do with the Naropa. Same way Marba did with the Milarepa, build a house, destroy down, build a house, destroy down. Many times he did that one. And it seemed like it's really silly, just making him really a hard time, but there's a reason they have to do. So once you will find the authentic guru, then no matter what happened, don't move your faith, don't shake your devotion. That is what it means, the not wave even the hair type, hair size, hair tips. So then next one say, may I renounce the three world, and thus many may anybody just be hearing my name, remembering me, completely liberated from the tormenting suffering, and attain the state of the great bliss of the victorious one. What does this mean? Is we want to become like Avalokitesvaras, renowned to the everyone knows. So it means saying I'm becoming really famous, I'm famous. Become really famous. But there's two kinds of famous. Some people are really famous, but when you hear their name, it make you ache your heart. It make you maybe sad. It make you uncomfortable. But when somebody's name you hear, it make you feel warm, feel comfortable. Like some evil one. Everybody knows that evil one. But when that person is, you hear that person's name, it make you suffering. Okay, you make uncomfortable. But then some people like a Dalai Lama, everybody knows, anyone who think about the Dalai Lama bring the smile, bring the peace. So that kind of, anyone who, three world, everyone know about you. And when they thinking about you, make them so happy, free from the defilement. So they can achieve the bliss of the, state of the Buddhahood. So that kind of a powerful, famous, positive, famous become. Now, everybody wish to become famous. I wish you all become really famous. May I turn into any form equal to the expense of the sentient beings, and taming them according to their need. There are often many, they take refuge, joyful, and establish in the unsurpassed supreme awakening. So you also become not just only fame, your body also manifests whatever they need. If somebody need wind, your body become a wind. If somebody need water, you become a water. So whatever need transform to that way to benefit sentient beings. Not only you become a great teacher on the throne, Those one who are oppressed with the shroud of ignorance, who lost the path, who are threatened by afflicted emotion, such as the henchmen of the Lord of the Dead, may I helplessly may helplessly remember me and instantly find the supreme path. So in the samsara, we're all the miserable. Sometimes we are miserable by the ignorance because we don't know what to do. You know, we have no way to feel the find the way to solution to solve the problem because of the ignorance. And because of the ignorance, we lost the path. Like we try to find the happiness, but we act negative. You know, by acting negative, try to find the happiness. That is called the lost path. Many times, like people try to want to have a good amount of money, they go to steal, bank robs. Then of course police catch you, not just only lose your right, and you end up in the jail. So that kind of a path, hoping to be something good, but you choose to the wrong path, so end up with the sufferings. So then that is generally, and especially worldly beings in the samsara, no matter how powerful, how rich, how successful you are always be threatened by the what called the afflicted emotion and Lord of the Dead. We always be threatening. We are not free from the afflicted emotions, and we are not free from the threat of the Lord of the Dead. Lord of Death as always become, no matter how powerful or how rich you are. So we have those all threatings. So when that kind of times, who only can help us as a Buddha, Guru. So that then they remember you, then you can help them to give to the supreme path, to the nirvana. So only we can save from this kind of a misery, suffering, and samsara of the Lord of the Death, afflicted emotion, negative karma, ignorance. Those are kind of a suffering. So only liberate us is by following to the path to the liberation. So you can show them, by your wisdom, you can show them the true path to bring them to the what called the supreme state of the nirvana. Last one is I'm not sure this is actually other is Jidisumgur or not. This is a really famous. Everyone recite this one. Every tradition. Maybe this is Jidisumgur's road or not. I don't know. But all my life, may I never be separate from the authentic Lama and enjoy the glories of the Dharma by completely perfecting the quality of the bhumi and path. May I swiftly attain the state of the Vajradhara. So this is a conclusion about the text. It's saying, I'll never be separate from the authentic Guru. So until we become a Buddha, we need the authentic Guru. So without the authentic Guru, cannot reach to the glorious, Vajradhara. So how to reach to this? Because of the authentic Guru, we can learn the glories of the Dharma. Glories of the Dharma as it's called the non-dual wisdom. Non-dual wisdom is only can show by the authentic Guru. So that way, glorious Dharma is a non-dual wisdom. Without the non-dual wisdom, cannot reach to the nirvana. So that reason, by that Guru's instruction, then we completely perfecting quality of the bhumi and the path, like 10 bhumi and 5 path. Just step by step, going to gradually, then reach to the swiftly attain the state of the Vajradhara, which is the Dharmakaya state, complete Buddhahood, unsurpassable enlightenment. So there was thank you. There was one called the Master Pariwa. He said, if I put this teaching, the Serkhangma, one side, and all the Lord Jesus Sung's other teachings put one side, I will choose this one. He said, this is so profound. There's no compatible about other teachings. Even the Jesus, all those teachings is not compatible on this sadhana. He said this text. Then there's another called Geshe Tuchungwa one, and he said, this is even the Buddha not taught. It means the kind of a metaphorically, it means that someone is really special. So it is a really profound well dharma is one here. So those are not, those that is how profound in this Serkhangma. So you remember me or not doesn't matter. I don't that's not big deal. But whatever I said, please don't forget, because I put lots of effort and research on the try to find the authentic meaning on those words, and I hope you cherish on those words, what I said, and you don't remember. It doesn't matter you remember my name or remember me or not. It's not big deal. It's not really important. But it's really important. As you have to remember the what I put effort. So, and also I want to thanks to the Ms. Tao translating on this, and we are conclude here. We finish here, and I just wish to everyone be well, and thank you.